Welcome to Trending Update USA. I'm Steffan, and today we bring you a powerful story that is dominating conversations across the global tennis community as Coco Gauff stuns fans with a bold new look ahead of the Australian Open 2026. A moment that feels bigger than fashion, bigger than appearances, and deeply connected to the next phase of her career as one of the most influential athletes of her generation. Coco Gauff has reached a point in her journey where every move she makes carries meaning. From her early teenage breakthrough to her rise as a Grand Slam champion and consistent title contender, she has grown under the brightest lights in professional sports. Now, as the 2026 season approaches and the tennis world turns its attention to Melbourne, Gauff's striking new look has become a symbol of evolution, confidence, and intent. It is not simply about how she looks stepping onto the practice court, but about what that look represents for a player who is no longer chasing belief, but projecting authority. The reveal came quietly at first, appearing in training sessions and practice clips that quickly spread across social media. Fans noticed immediately. The sharper presence, the refined style, the calm yet commanding body language. It felt different. There was a maturity in the way Gauff carried herself, a sense of comfort in her own skin that only comes from years of experience at the highest level. For many supporters, this moment felt like watching a young star fully step into her prime. Timing matters in tennis, and Gauff's transformation arriving just weeks before the Australian Open 2026 is impossible to ignore. Melbourne is a place that tests everything: physical endurance, mental resilience, emotional control. The heat is unforgiving, the crowds relentless, the pressure immense. Players who arrive unsure are exposed quickly. Players who arrive prepared can define their careers. Gauff's new look sends a clear signal that she is not arriving as a hopeful contender, but as a player who expects to be in the final stages of the tournament. Throughout her career, Coco Gauff has been forced to grow up quickly. From the moment she defeated established stars as a teenager, expectations followed her everywhere. Every loss was magnified, every win dissected. She learned early that talent alone is not enough. Adaptation, discipline, and mental strength are required to survive and thrive at the top. Over the years, she has rebuilt parts of her game, adjusted her coaching team, and taken ownership of her development. This latest transformation feels like the outward reflection of that internal work. The women's tennis landscape entering 2026 is as competitive as ever. Power hitters dominate hard courts, defensive specialists refuse to miss, and tactical masterminds constantly evolve. Coco Gauff sits at the intersection of these styles. She possesses speed, strength, athleticism, and an improving all-court game that makes her dangerous against any opponent. Yet what has truly elevated her in recent seasons is her belief in her own identity as a player. The new look reinforces that belief, projecting confidence before a ball is even struck. Reactions from fans have been overwhelmingly positive. Across platforms, supporters describe her presence as fearless, polished, and powerful. Many see this as a sign that Gauff has embraced her role as a leader in the sport, someone who no longer waits for permission to take up space. Younger fans see inspiration in her self-expression, while longtime tennis followers recognize the familiar pattern of champions evolving not just in skill, but in presence. Inside tennis circles, analysts point out that visual transformation often accompanies mental clarity. Players reach a moment when they stop trying to meet expectations and instead define their own standards. Gauff appears to be at that stage. Her preparation for the Australian Open has reportedly been intense and focused, emphasizing efficiency, precision, and adaptability. Melbourne rewards players who can shorten points when needed and extend rallies when required. Gauff's training suggests she is preparing for exactly that balance. The Australian Open has always been a stage where Coco Gauff's potential feels especially relevant. The fast hard courts suit her athleticism, while the long matches test her conditioning and resolve. In previous years, she has experienced both breakthrough moments and painful lessons in Melbourne. Each visit has added to her understanding of what it takes to succeed there. Entering 2026, she carries those lessons with her, along with the confidence of someone who knows she belongs among the favorites. What makes this moment resonate even more is Gauff's ability to control her narrative. Tennis careers are often shaped by external voices, predictions, and comparisons. Gauff has learned to filter that noise. Her new look is not a response to critics or rivals, but an expression of self-assurance. It says she is comfortable evolving publicly, comfortable being watched, and comfortable being judged, because her focus remains on performance. Beyond the court, Coco Gauff continues to influence culture and conversation. She represents a generation of athletes who understand the power of visibility and authenticity. She speaks thoughtfully, carries herself with purpose, and uses her platform responsibly. This evolution ahead of the Australian Open fits seamlessly into that broader identity. It is not a distraction from her tennis, but an extension of who she is becoming. As anticipation builds toward the first Grand Slam of 2026, speculation around Gauff's prospects grows louder. Potential matchups against the tour's biggest names fuel endless debate. Can she outlast the power of Sabalenka? Can she outmaneuver the consistency of Swiatek? Can she match the composure of Osaka on hard courts? These questions will only be answered on court, but what is already clear is that Gauff will not be intimidated by any of them. There is a noticeable calm surrounding her preparations. No dramatic statements. No forced hype. Just steady confidence and visible readiness. Champions often reach a stage where they no longer feel the need to announce their intentions loudly. Their presence does the talking. Coco Gauff appears to be arriving at that stage, and her new look amplifies that presence. Melbourne crowds are known for their energy, their passion, and their unpredictability. They respond to authenticity and courage. Gauff has always connected with fans through her effort and emotion. Entering the Australian Open 2026 with this renewed presence, she seems poised to embrace that atmosphere rather than fight it. That connection could become a crucial advantage in tight matches under pressure. Tennis history is filled with moments when players signal transformation before major triumphs. Sometimes it is a technical change, sometimes a coaching shift, sometimes a visible reinvention. Gauff's latest evolution fits that tradition. Whether it leads directly to a title or serves as another step in her long journey, it marks a defining moment in how she sees herself and how she wants to be seen. As the countdown continues, one thing is certain. Coco Gauff will not arrive quietly at the Australian Open 2026. Her presence, her confidence, and her evolution have already captured attention. When she steps onto the court, the conversation will no longer be about how she looks, but about how far she can go. And judging by the calm determination surrounding her, that answer could be very far indeed. This is Steffan, and you're watching Trending Update USA, where the biggest moments in sports are not just reported, they are understood.